to American Sports News. I'm Robbie Carpentier. This is Jack, and this is Evan. And today is the 10th of April. And before we get started, we'd like to tribute our show to Miss Sweetra, Erica Wark. She was our teacher. She passed away today, and she was just a great lady and great teacher.
So, she had spent a long time in the hospital. And,
three months.
Yeah, and we were all wanting to see her, but we never really thought it would come to this.
I think me and you, we went into her room every day. It was, it's hard for us because every single person here today working on the show had Miss Sweetra as a teacher, and she impacted all our lives. I know she was just such a kind and giving person, and it's hard to even comprehend that she's not here.
Definitely. All right.
So what do we have? So let's get started.
Move on to a higher note.
Or not really a higher note, because the Bruins aren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Right now, it's the NHL season is coming right down to the end with the last two games coming up. Last game of the season will be on Saturday for the Boston Bruins. Still needing a miracle to make the playoffs in their playoff push. They're right now 1 game behind Pittsburgh in the 8th seed and 2 games behind Ottawa in the 7th, or 2 points.
So as of yesterday, the ball was in our court. It was our time to make or miss the playoffs, and we didn't capitalize on the opportunity as we lost 2 in a row. So now the ball's in Ottawa and Pittsburgh's court, and we have to win and they have to lose. Because if we tie, we're 3 points behind them in differential and 18 points behind Ottawa in differential. So
there's a good chance that
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's going to win. They're playing the Sabres, and so that's a good Pittsburgh team that's missing a few key players to the team. So that's going to have an impact, but they're still playing the Sabres, so anything can really happen.
right, but we need Pittsburgh to lose.
Sabres, even though they have looked not so great in the past, they can
do something.
Guys, it's an NHL team. It's not like the NBA where it's a terrible team going up a good team, and anything can happen in the NHL.
Well, see, that's just going really quickly. Basketball. That's the one thing I really do not like about the NBA.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
almost set up.
And NHL, I'd like to throw out.
NHL last year we had an 18 win.
There is nothing more, and in the MLB,
2
there's
wildcard games.
nothing more than Buffalo wants right now than to play spoiler for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Beat the Pittsburgh
Because
Penguins.
They're playing for nothing. They can't make the playoffs. They're not playing for anything other than the first round pick, right? So
And that's a lottery. It's not
Right.
record or anything, really.
right. So Buffalo, the only thing they have to play for is why not? That would
Spoiler,
be
yeah.
the best game of their careers. Some of them, if they knock the Pittsburgh Penguins out.
Exactly. And there was almost last night a devastating injury to the New York Rangers. Henrik Lundqvist was knocked down early on in the first period of their game last night against the Senators. That was a scare for Rangers fans.
He's already been hurt this season. They had, the backup goalie for?
I can't think of his name.
Well,
But-
we all know when Lundqvist is healthy.
Cam Talbot was the backup
Yeah, Cam
goalie.
Talbot, that's what it
And
was.
he's a solid goalie, but he's nothing compared to
He's
Lundqvist.
no Lundqvist. But I was watching that game, the Senators-Rangers game live. I saw that happen. That was
If you're a Rangers fan, that scary moment.
if you're a Bruins fan, you were a Bruins hopeful, hoping that you would play you were now hoping you would get that 8 seed, not the 7. Play the Rangers without Lundqvist.
Without Lundqvist.
Exactly. That'd be a huge advantage for the Boston faithful. With their goal-scoring minded offense and their ability to have their forwards play defense as well as they do,
Who?
the Bruins
Oh.
have their forwards play defense as well as they do, and their face-off winnings, that would have been a good series to watch, and it still could happen. But Henrik Lundqvist did remain in the game, and the Rangers came up just short to the Senators.
So, Washington Capitals they've secured a spot. They're doing very well right now. They can make a run.
See, thing is, Ottawa,
They don't have the depth.
Thank you. I was just gonna throw that one out there.
but Ottawa hasn't been there the past few years. Like, they were there before.
They're hungry though. They want it.
I'm talking about Washington.
Oh, I said Ottawa.
Yeah, Washington.
Washington hasn't been there the past few years.
Right.
They were there, around
They're always
2007.
most of the time playoff team. They were in it for
like
few years.
2005, 2010, that type of era. Then they kind of went on a downward slope. Didn't make the playoffs a few times. Now they're back. They want redemption, but I don't know. They've lost some of their guys. And that could go with a lot of their playoff experience.
So the thing that scares me about Washington is they are so offensively minded. So offensively minded.
Is that going to work in the playoffs? Is the question.
NHL
Against
playoffs.
the defensive teams, like the Bruins, per se.
And the Washington Capitals, even their defensemen take.
They're scoring defensemen.
Yeah, they take a lot of shots. They're good defensemen, but they're just more offensively minded. They're like guys such as like Erik Karlsson, guys like Chris Letang on the Pittsburgh Penguins, just more offensively minded, trying to score goals, a little more finesse. Mm-hmm. And then there are guys like Patrice Bergeron, which is the polar opposite. He's a forward who's defensively
but he can put the
minded.
puck in the net when it's there. He's at a great shot.
In my opinion, Patrice Bergeron is the best all-around player in the NHL.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's in the top 5 for sure for me.
Oh, I'd put him there. I don't know if I'd put him at the number 1, but I'd put him pretty close. I'd put Kane there.
I wouldn't call him. He was not the best goal scorer.
Who? Bergeron? Yeah.
But
he can play defense.
I'd put Kane there too.
I'd definitely put Kane there. Kane's a good defender. Kane can win face-offs.
Yep, I'd put.
Bergeron can
I'd
win
put a little
face-offs.
guy called PK Subban. I don't like him, but
burns.
dude, you gotta say it.
It burns coming off my tongue, but I definitely agree with you.
This season at least.
Subban
And Sidney Crosby.
Subban
Sidney Crosby
fits in
doesn't
that.
just score; he plays defense,
he's an
and
outstanding defensive player.
he's
He
also
doesn't get
he's also
recognized.
one of the top
he's a-
assists. In
Yeah,
the
exactly.
League.
He's a playmaker.
Yep.
He
makes things happen. He doesn't wait for things to happen. He makes them happen.
Earlier on in my life, I would think that didn't know a whole ton about hockey. I just knew the guys I didn't like and the guys that I liked. Sidney Crosby is one of the guys I didn't like, and it was basically for the reason
That he
it was what I
killed the
heard,
Bruins.
what I had heard about it.
Oh, he's a great guy.
It was just rumors,
It
basically.
was rumors that he's good, but he's a wimp. He's a baby. No one likes him.
Guys, concussions are real. I mean, I've been there. I've had three of them, so it's no joke. Okay, if you have a concussion, they say that it takes less of a hit every time. So the first hit, it's got to be a good one. I know I came sliding down the stairs head first in sleeping bags at 100 miles an hour, and I whacked that head, right? And then the next one, I got taken out in a hockey game really hard. My most recent one, just a couple months ago, you remember?
Yeah, he just slid down.
Someone took me out from my legs. All I did was fall, just a tiny whiplash. It was bad.
That's all it takes. But that was also a big restriction in Sidney Crosby's career. But Sidney Crosby, he was when you would see like hockey on SportsCenter, the rare occasion when you see hockey on SportsCenter.
No, they hate. I don't get
They
it. Why
just
do
don't
they
like. They just don't like hockey. I don't know. But when you would see Sidney Crosby or you'd see hockey on SportsCenter, you would hear that, oh, he's one of the most hated guys in the NHL. And that's just something you'd take in and you think, oh, I don't like him. But if you look at Sidney Crosby now,
Number one in points, third in assists, in the top 20 in goals.
exactly, he's a great player. He is incredible.
And he's a likable guy, other than the fact that he kills every team he plays. So
He's such a good player.
now let me ask you this, all right? Who makes the playoffs? What's the 7? What's the 8?
7-8. I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be the
Ottawa and
Ottawa
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Evan? It's killing me as a Bruin fan. It really is.
I mean, you hope for the miracle that Buffalo.
and miracles
pulls-
have happened.
Much crazier things have happened. That Buffalo pulls it off, and the
Let's think
Bruins-
crazier things that have happened. I mean, Kim Jong-un became president of Korea. President, all right, dictator.
What? Can you just check out what seed the Tampa Bay Lightning are in? Because they're I know they're pretty high seed.
Tampa Bay's, I think they're number 3 or 2.
Three, I
2,
think.
2, I think.
And
No, Tampa Bay's 3, and then Montreal's 2.
The Bruins are facing Tampa Bay on Saturday in the last game of the season.
Who's home? Isn't it Tampa?
I believe it is Tampa.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tampa's 31-8-1 at home, so they've lost 8 games out of the 40 games.
Yeah.
Out of the 40 games that have been played there. So, hopefully the Bruins can make it 9, but I don't know, guys. Stamkos, they got a lot coming at you.
Tampa Bay is a tough team, and, they have had a pretty shaky past few years. They've rotated around captains a lot. They haven't really had that strong leadership.
Yeah, but they've settled into a groove this year.
They hadn't settled into that leadership role in the past. They had been really up and down. They had been like a 4-5 seed, and even this year 3 seed, and then they have completely.
Remember the
missed the playoffs.
series they had against us that year?
In 2011, the Eastern Conference Finals. That was one of the greatest series ever played in the playoffs.
Oh, I love that.
And that's when I really found out that I liked Steven Stamkos and that he was a true hockey player. Steven Stamkos is probably one of the toughest guys in the NHL. For sure.
Oh, yeah, and he's underrated as a tough guy.
He took a Johnny Boychuk slap shot to the face. Johnny Boychuk with, I think, 4th hardest slap shot in the NHL.
Top 10, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And he takes it straight to the face, right in his nose, leaves for half a period, gets it stitched up, comes back out, and skates his first shift out. And then against us again, he blocked a shot, broke his leg, tried to skate off, couldn't move his leg, tried to skate up again, and then wasn't even going to let the paramedics take him out on a stretcher.
Yeah, he was an animal.
But Tampa Bay is going to be definitely a very tough matchup for us, even though they have been kind of shaky and they've had that leadership crisis. Now they have Stamkos.
Stamkos, second in goals, in the top 105 in assists.
They're settling into a groove, definitely.
Yep. So I think you see them make a deep run as well, and I think that's all we have time for here at Hockey. But I know we started off the show with the depressing note, but our thoughts and prayers are out to the families and
former students.
And Miss Sweeter, you're probably watching this right now, looking down on us. So thank you for everything, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello. Welcome to the basketball segment of American Sports News. I'm Colin, this is Robbie, and that's Joey.
Guten Tag. There you go.
All right, so today we're going to go over our MVP predictions now that the end of the season is upon us, and the race for 8th in both the East and Western conferences.
King James. Vote King James.
For MVP prediction? Yeah, so let's start off with Rob. Who do you think is going to MVP?
Yikes, dude. Don't just throw that at me, but...
I'm throwing it right at you.
All right, dude, take it easy. No, but Jeff Green, what he did with the Celtics, you gotta have to take him out of the vote. I think it's between Steph Curry and Harden. All right. Who else would you put in there?
I'd take Steph Curry out.
No. I'm saying who it's between, guy.
I'd say it's Russell Westbrook and
Who's
James
it between?
I'd say it's Russell Westbrook.
Steph
Curry's let's say the top
Steph
3.
Curry's less than next
Curry,
on the list.
Harden,
LeBron.
and
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
He just hasn't played enough games.
Westbrook hasn't played enough games. He's out. LeBron doing his usual tricks, but nothing outstanding other than the fact that he's the best player in basketball.
Not right now. James Harden is. What?
I disagree with
He's
that.
an intern. He shouldn't even be
Yeah,
here.
Joey.
Listen, all right, you don't disagree with the chief executive analyst here.
But like.
Brian Kenny.
So you say the LeBron versus James Harden. James Harden would beat him one-on-one. And you say you think James Harden is better than LeBron.
One-on-one's not.
Yeah, it is. It's
the
absolutely
factor here
is.
right now, though. I'm saying.
Cameras over there.
LeBron this season hasn't played as well as he has because he hasn't this is his first season with the
Personally,
Cavs. At the end of the season he started to play a lot better. But now he's kind of gelling with them as well as Kyrie.
I don't know.
So MVP or What's the
James
deal
Harden,
here? I'm
James Harden.
confused. What we're getting
Still
at.
James Harden.
Who's the best open court player? It's between these two.
Wait, what
James
are we
Harden.
getting to
Wait.
now?
Versus LeBron. No, I'm just wondering. Let's keep going with this. All right, so James Harden versus LeBron. Ball in the open court in transition. You know what I mean? The center gets it under the hoop and chucks a
Harden.
long one.
Harden.
LeBron catches it at half court. Harden catches it at half court. There's one defender who's going to win.
Harden's got the
He's
speed
the-
and he's more crafty.
And he's a barber.
Maybe LeBron 4 years ago, but
Oh, LeBron 4 years ago is better than anybody in the open court, in
LeBron's
my
like
mind.
his-
best player of all time.
Michael?
Besides Michael.
Nah.
No,
Bill
he's-
Russell.
Michael changed the game. Bill Russell, you might argue Bill Russell. I know this is way off track, but Bill Russell and then the other one there.
Kareem?
Wilt are the two most dominant players in NBA history.
And they play together.
Not the best.
Yeah,
but
I say Wilt is
dominant.
the most dominant.
No.
The Celtics
I'd say
fans,
Bill
Celtic
Russell. He won
fans.
11 championships.
will argue,
he
and you
was
guys
a-
are
he
both
was a
wearing
player
Celtics
coach.
shirts.
Still, I still say
So
Wilt.
player coach, who cares?
Kind of
Only player.
All right, so anyway, let's go back to MVP predictions. So, Carp, who do you say?
Curry.
Final answer. Joe, who do you say?
Harden.
Rob, why do you say Curry?
Well, see, the MVP, this one goes out to Anthony Hanna. The MVP is the most valuable player to his team as well as to the league. All right, and who has been the biggest ambassador for basketball this year?
Curry.
Stephen Curry.
You can't argue that. Even,
You cannot argue
right?
that.
Who makes more news? And to his team, which team's better right now? Golden State or Houston?
Golden State.
Golden State's.
By 11 games.
But
Exactly.
I don't. Well, they had Andrew Bogut out too, but Dwight Howard was out for the Rockets, and
True.
they might have won.
That
More,
is
they might
true.
have won more games with him on
And
the
I
team.
say if you put Harden on the Harden on the Warriors and Curry on the Rockets, the Warriors are 3 or 4 games better.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing.
See, I don't because Golden State's offense revolves around Curry
Nah, I
and
think-
him shooting the ball. Look at
So
the
what-
mediocre players he started with: Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Bogut. Give me some other names. Come on, keep feeding them.
Iggy-
Iggy.
no, Iggy
Iggy's a
wasn't
good player.
mediocre.
Iggy
but
was crazy. On the
David
Sixers.
Lee was good, but he's another.
they're
he's
having
better.
great seasons.
Exactly.
Curry makes everyone around him better. There's no doubt about
I
that.
So
agree
does
with
Harden.
Harden makes everyone around him better. You
I
think?
agree with that.
But
I
Harden-
Oh, you
But
think?
Harden's
Oh, you
had
think
more
Dwight
injured
Howard's
players.
better now or when he was with the Magic?
age?
Magic, but because
Age?
8 years a year ago. Come on.
A year ago to
2 years
Magic?
ago.
2 years
3
ago.
years.
2 years.
ago.
3 years ago, Rob.
Whatever.
But
Whatever.
But think,
that's
but think
all
about
I-
this though, the amount of injured players that has been on the Rockets.
29.
He's 29, kid. 29
Yeah.
years old.
And he's been banged up.
How old
And
are
also, look at the people around Harden. Pat Beverly, Terrence
been
Jones.
injured.
He's turned them into excellent players.
Exactly.
Pat
He has
Beverly,
some
what's he
third-
excellent at? But
Defense.
Defense. Harden has an impact on other players' defense. Other
did
than
I
the
say
fact
that?
that they have to step up and carry his
He
back.
turned
Right,
them
but
into
he's-
impact players who can help his basketball team.
But Patrick Beverly.
Howard
And,
Rob-
and Stephen
offensively-
Curry hasn't, Joey, please stop talking. No, I'm just kidding. And no, has Stephen Curry not turned his team better?
I agree,
has, but it's
I
not- it
think
wasn't
that
just
it's,
him.
it wasn't just him.
Think
I
about
think
this
it's
season.
the
They got a new
coach.
coach too. They got
I
a new
think it's
coach.
the
Exactly.
coach.
No, I think
Steve Kerr. The reason
I think
why they're
Steve
shooting.
Kerr ran into a lucky team.
No,
I
no.
think
Since
you're-
I think Steve Kerr.
Steve Curry is one of the best three-point shooters of all time.
Shooter, right?
But-
and that's
Steph
what he
Curry,
has.
Steph Curry, Klay
Yes.
Thompson, Draymond Green's becoming a better shooter. Harrison Barnes is becoming a better
That's
shooter.
right. That
They're-
is right.
Right.
This season,
Because of
though,
Kerr.
Because
But
of Kerr.
who gets them the ball? Not James Harden. Stephen Curry gives them the ball
Yeah.
and
How's that?
sets them up to score.
True. And you say Harden doesn't? Check out his
Well-
assists per game.
The difference between assists per game and
But-
how much you set your teammates up.
But if
And
you,
Rob, look at the talent around them, by the way.
if you took James
Golden
Harden off the
State
Rockets,
has, I would call it, they're the best starting line in basketball, no question. Who would ever think the Rockets would be,
Atlanta.
who would ever think the Rockets would be tied for second place without Dwight Howard,
oh yeah.
Terrence Jones for most of the season, and Beverly out for the season?
Tell me who predicted the Golden State Warriors to win 65 games.
I think a lot of people did.
You
Rob.
predicted them to win 65 games.
No.
Me
I
personally,
predicted maybe
no.
50. I thought they'd be mediocre. Not mediocre. I thought they'd be a good team. Mediocre in the West. Maybe 5, 6, maybe 4.
Right. But who predicted the Atlanta Hawks? They just
Who
came out. They
predicted
came
the
out of
Rockets
nowhere.
to come in third?
But we're talking about the West right now, all right?
Yeah, that's true. But
Look at the
anyways,
Hawks.
if you took
said the Hawks, so-
Yeah, I know.
if you took James Harden off of the Rockets and you took Steph Curry off the Warriors,
The
Warriors
Warriors
would
are gonna be
obviously
so
be better
much better, and
because
you
they
know
have
that too.
so much
You know
depth.
Oh
that
no, I'm
too.
not gonna argue that. I'm just saying, I think
Most
Curry has
valuable player. Most valuable player.
prayer, Hail Mary, or the Our Father.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm gonna go with
Kim Jong Un.
what's no, his dad, Il, was pretty good too. Young Il. No, but I'm gonna go.
Vladimir Putin.
Speaking of Putin, all right, stop. You got me going. Now you got me going. Vladimir Putin. What did he used to be a part of? Ask me now, Herm. All right, Herm, I'll tell you. Vladimir Putin, when the Soviet Union used to reign, and it was all about like Cold War, and they attacked all the stands, the Uzbekistan, Bastakistan,
Most valuable
Afghanistan,
president.
right?
Most valuable leader, what?
No, stop. Oh, I'm going with Putin. He was an agent.
Obama.
He was an agent. He was an agent. He shot people, and he was one of the secret agents. Now he's the president. He got voted in. Come on. What happened to there's been 5 shootings, not shootings, killings of people speaking out against Putin. Whatever. All right.
MVL, the most
So-
valuable leader.
So Putin.
This is not CNN.
Oh,
this is American.
What if I get shot now? Yeah, because he has a power.
Herm,
All right.
stop. No,
So, yeah,
already.
my opinion, all right, Curry should win the MVP. He deserves to. The shots he makes compared to the shots that Harden takes, more valuable.
Yeah, but Harden can
I'm
dunk.
with
Stop talking.
I'm with Harden because he is the most valuable team. Take him off Team Rockets are not.
You know
in
who
the
else can dunk?
playoffs.
Zach LaVine.
And you know, I have one more thing before we go.
Yeah,
Tell me in
we
the
don't
Eastern
don't
Conference,
care.
who's gonna get the 7th and 8th?
Oh, I
seeds?
actually care about this.
Celtics.
7th and 8th.
No,
tell
7
me.
and 8, guy. 7 and 8.
7 is the
I see Celtics getting 7,
They
and
are.
I see Brooklyn getting 8. I think that's how it's gonna stay.
Joey.
It's right here.
well.
The camera's that way though.
I got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Brooklyn.
Yeah,
they're
I
playing
disagree.
phenomenal. Brooke Lopez is
Hello.
playing phenomenal
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
when he's
playing
healthy,
phenomenal.
he's
He's
an animal.
Especially, even though Darren Williams can be kind of cocky, they're still a really
Darren
good
Williams
team.
was the best point guard in the league when he was in his
No,
prime.
Chris
when
Him
they,
and Chris Paul, it was always between
Yeah,
those
yeah.
two. All right, so I think that's all we got
no,
for.
No, I got you.
when they picked
Oh,
when they
Maria.
I say Heat in 7th and Celtics in 8th. Because I think the Heat are loaded.
they don't.
There's not
Chris
enough
Bosh.
games.
Chris Bosh is out till next year.
Well, that's it.
Oh, hey,
Hey guys, hey Evan. Well, thank you for watching the basketball segment of American Sports News. Colin, I think you have a couple words to say, right?
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
And I think when we see you, Celtics have captured the 7th seed. And Steph Curry has captured the MVP. So
And
thank you for
Harden
watching.
gets MVP.
I'm Robbie Carpentier. It's Colin Cater and Joey.
I'll Walsh.
Well,
33 really quick.
well, you know.
gone. And that's what we're going to talk about to start it off today before we cover the predictions. I'm Robbie Carpentier. I'm joined here by Thomas and Colin. So Adrian Gonzalez jumping off with the 5 homers in the 3 games, just record-setting games. He's hitting okay. I mean, doing well.
Okay.
Who has him in fantasy? I mean, that's what I want to know.
CJ.
Does my brother have him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Darn it. Also on the home runs, Red Sox started off 5 home runs in 1 game.
Adrian
Smack
Gonzalez is
him
5
too.
and 3, but
It's all right. Red Sox had a great first game there. Hanley
they're-
smacked
they're-
2, PD smacked 2.
and my boy Betts smacked 1. And how about my guy Bogarts? He's been hitting well lately,
Oh, you
and
know who has him in fantasy?
you do. And who's been trying to trade for him? Yesterday, I was this close to getting him from Colin.
No, you weren't at all.
Oh, I felt like I was.
No, well,
You were just playing me.
Yeah.
I wanted him, and then he comes out and hits a triple for like 4 runs. So, all right. Anyways, let's get to our predictions, Colin. What do you see happening in the usually competitive AL East?
First off, I got the Red Sox finishing first. Number 2, I got the Blue Jays. 3, I got the Orioles. 4 I got the Yankees, and 5 I got Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna have to say mine stack up just same as yours. I think the only team that can rival us in offense is Toronto in the entire MLB.
Yeah.
Toronto and maybe the Angels if they're all healthy. Us and the Angels, maybe the Dodgers.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Us,
Dodgers.
Angels, and Dodgers, best offenses in the league, and Toronto.
Toronto's a sleeper
So
pick
I think-
for that offense. Now
They're not a sleeper pick for the offense. They're a sleeper pick for the league.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, you know.
Because their offense, Bautista, Donaldson,
Now they got Johnson
and Encarnacion. They hit bombers.
Yeah,
Super bombers.
They're good. They're
Super sick
very
bombers.
good.
Thomas, what do you see happening in the AL East?
I think what Colin said, the Red Sox are going first. But I think the New York Yankees might make a run, come in second, and compete with the Red Sox this year.
That's why you're not full time. But
So I
no.
see it happen.
And why?
I don't know. They got A-Rod back this year, and a lot of people don't think that'll make a big impact. But I think he's actually gonna have a pretty good season.
Good season meaning
Can't really tell how good he's gonna be, but I mean. Now, Colin, what do you think? AL Central.
he's backing away from the question.
Oh.
I just want to know.
You know we're on.
All right, so should I go to Central? Shall I? Rob?
No, I want to hear what you have in the
I
Central.
gave you a weird sound.
No, I was
All
looking
right.
at Tom.
Number 1, I got the Tigers. 2, I got the Tribe. 3, I got the White Sox. 4, the Royals, and 5, the Twins. I mean, the only one that you guys.
Royals started out 3-0. You know that, right?
Yeah.
All right, just wondering. And then the White Sox started out 0-3.
Yeah.
So you're seeing them switch spots almost, and then Minnesota falling in the 5.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Royals were kind of a one-year wonder in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. I don't think they have it. I think Yolando Ventura is awesome. To throw the 98-mile-an-hour fastball all day. And
I mean, they lost Shields.
I think the Tribe's going to be your number 2. I think the White Sox going to be your number 3. I can see 3 playoff teams in that division. Maybe the Tribe and the White Sox grabbing wild cards.
I think the Tribe will get a wild card.
I'd like to see that happen, especially for Francona.
Francona.
I love him. And Kluber, he's a good guy as well. Like
Got that new
he's actually a
extension?
friendly person. Yep. All right, Thomas, what do you see happening in the Central?
Same as Colin.
So all 3 of us are set on this one.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess we can move on.
All right, let's go to the AL.
AL West.
I got Seattle finishing in first. Very popular pick, but I think their pitching is very deep this year. And after the ad of Cruz, Mr. Steroid user, I think that offense could be better.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. But they are playing in Seattle, which is an
Huge
an underrated home run park. It's a lot of people think it's a really hard home run
think
park,
it's a
which it
tough
is.
park.
But they play, and their division, their whole division, has deep parks as well. So not just Seattle, but Houston. That center
Houston's a
field.
huge one.
Right field's not too bad, but center field's wicked deep. Rangers, the short porch and right, but the rest of the park's kind of deep actually. Just right's really short.
Yeah.
So that favors the left-handed hitters, which Cruz is not.
Correct.
So I don't see him hitting the 40 homers like he did, but I see
I think he
him.
can get high 20s.
I think he can get 20s, yeah.
Number 2, I got Los Angeles Angels.
Good.
3, I got the A's. 4, the Rangers, and 5, the Astros.
T, what do you see happening in the West?
I think if Los Angeles plays well, they could stay at the top spot like they are right now after the first 3 games.
No, I agree.
Mike Trout, Josh Hamilton still playing. So, if they hit well and play at their top performance, I think they can be the top team in the West.
No, I agree.
I do agree.
I think I'm gonna go with Angels number 1. I think I'm gonna go I think I'm gonna go A's number 2. Seattle following with 3.
Ooh.
Nah, I'm gonna go Angels number 1. I'm gonna go Oakland number 2. I'm gonna go Texas number 3, and I'm gonna go Seattle 4 and Houston 5. I think Seattle is wicked overrated. I think that Hernandez is a great pitcher. I think Iwakuma's a great pitcher, but I think that their offense is okay, decent at best. So I'm gonna see them fitting in, and I think Texas, if they're all healthy,
They did lose Darvish for the year. I think it's a huge loss. Their pitching is very weak.
Prince
right
with the short porch and right, like we were talking about,
True, but
he
I
pulls a
think
lot of balls. You
I
get a
think
quick
he's
bat for a big guy.
now. I know he's getting. These big old guys aren't what they.
They
used to
scare
be.
me, and he's not that old. But he's
No.
He's
a
getting-
big guy like that. Once you reach 30, it can happen like this. Saw
that's
with Mo Vaughn, won an MVP or was a candidate at least. But he was best hitter in baseball. drops off the
The
radar.
only one.
Cecil Fielder, his dad,
Correct.
drops off the radar.
But Poppy, he's been actually.
But
getting
he's
a little
not.
bit better.
He's not like that.
Yeah, I know.
Sandoval
He's
scares
the
me
DH.
in that
Yeah.
sense.
Sandoval scares
But
us a
Poppy
lot.
doesn't play every day in the field. And Poppy, if you look
Right.
at him, his body's fit for that. Poppy's 6'4",
He's a
270.
big guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Right?
not as.
6
But
Four,
he can
280.
move around. He's not
Right.
like those big guys.
Sandoval, 5'11",
He's a little panda.
290, right? Prince Fielder, 5'10", 320.
He's,
I'm just saying, his body might not be made for that.
that's
Right.
why. Yeah, that's why I see. I think the Rangers will fall. I think. They had that huge
No,
thing of.
I agree. I'm
Shin
just
Shin
saying
Shu.
that because I don't like Seattle. I just don't like them. Like I play up. Like I'm completely admitting it. I'm biased to Seattle. I hate them.
I can completely understand because they're not going to finish fourth.
I know. I don't think so. I think they might be the second, maybe even the one. But I think it might go Angels. But I was
Right.
so biased. But I don't want them
Hey,
to
you know,
succeed.
it's all right.
So how about the
NL
NL East? That we got it. This is pretty stacked division.
I don't know if I would call it stacked. I think
Besides the
there's
Phillies, I think all four other teams are
not the Braves.
decent teams.
I think
Braves traded away a lot of talent. I'll give you that.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, 1 I got the Nats, 2 I got the Fish, 3 the Mets, 4 Braves, 5 Phillies.
What do you got,
guys
T?
agree?
Yeah, I'm right around where Colin
Super
is.
disagree.
But I think the Nats will definitely be at the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, what he got seems about right. Miami
mean,
second,
yeah.
did you say?
Second, Miami.
Yeah.
The only one that could swap is
Mets,
and
Miami.
Braves.
Yeah, I don't like.
Mets, Braves.
I don't know about the Mets spot on number 3.
If
They
somebody goes
oh,
down,
they might end up lower than that.
No, I think the Mets got a good team. This
I
year.
think I like them, but I'm scared.
I think it could go Washington, and I think the Mets
I
and the
think
Marlins are give or take.
Yeah,
I think they would be switched
I'm
around
with
2
that
and
too.
3,
I see that.
and then I think it fills in there Atlanta and then Philly. I think the Marlins will have
I
2
think
and
the
3
Braves are a
with the
sleeper
Mets.
team this year. I think they're not to the playoffs. But I think they're gonna be. I think they could be.
Well, when I said this was a stacked division, you gave me the look like the Braves.
Yeah, I know they're not stuck. I
Sleeper.
think they're decent.
Okay, Central Commercial.
I think this is the best division in baseball. I think all 5 of these teams could be
Not the
Contenders.
Phillies.
Central.
No, Central.
Oh,
yeah,
we're talking-
Central.
All right, so I got
Yeah, you know.
Cards at
yeah.
1, 2 the Pirates, 3 Cubs, 4 Reds, and 5 Brewers. I could switch 4 and 5.
You take this one.
Sure.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
got this one.
I want to go. Yeah, I think Cards just
I love
was
them
it
this
pre
season.
perennial team? Perennial?
Yeah.
They're perennial success, right? They're always there. They're always
Consistent.
contending. They're consistent franchise, not just team. I think
Exactly.
St. Louis will be number 1. I can see Pitti slide in number 2, and I can see Cincy 3, and I can see Cubs
Yeah.
4, and I can see Brewers 5, and that's what I
It
see
depend-
happening.
yeah.
See, what do you see happening?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Cardinals are probably going to be at the top no matter what.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
the Cubs, if they play well, I think they could even be better than the Pirates.
They have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
But we all know
We'll see
first,
what Bryant does when he comes out.
right? But first year, second year guys, you
Yeah.
never know. You have to give them
Yeah.
3, 4. I'm telling you, Cubs. Me and Herm have been saying this for a while. Cubs and Astros in a couple years, good teams. How about the
Astros,
West?
Maybe. I don't know if
Yeah,
they're
much-
as much as.
With
some
Springer
this
though,
one.
Right. I
Springer.
don't know if they have as much potential as the Cubs, though. Is what I'm saying.
I think Cubs and Sox are gonna kiss Sox. Are
Then they have a great. We're the top 3
Two.
farm systems.
Yeah.
Us, Braves. No, us Twins.
And Cubbies.
And Cubbies. That's right. West.
The West, I got Los Angeles number 1, 2 the Padres, very improved team, like them a lot this year. 3 defending champ Giants. I think
Gotcha.
it's an odd year, so we'll see. 4 the Rockies and 5 the D-backs.
It's an odd year. I like that. T, what do you see happening here?
Yeah, I think the Dodgers will probably be number 1 unless the Padres just play like out of their minds, like the best they could ever. But I don't think that'll happen.
I mean, after the Craig Kimbrell trade, you
Yeah.
never know.
Their one weakness was bullpen, and they might have just filled that gap. Graham Kimbrell's the best relief pitcher in the league, and we all know that.
Arguably. Chapman.
Chapman might be the most dominant.
But
best.
Yeah. But
All right, so I see I see Dodgers taking the 1. I see San Diego sliding in 2. I see Giants hitting the 3. I see Rockies hitting the 4. And I see Arizona in the 5. I think this is a great division as well. I think this and the Central are the top 2 divisions, maybe besides the AL East, which is a perennial.
Yeah.
I love that word now.
Perennial. I think the most underrated team in baseball is the Colorado Rockies.
You never know, dude. They could be great.
Yeah,
this
they
year.
have started off 3-0 this year.
If they're healthy,
Right.
they're going to be a good
They
team.
can play.
Their offense is top 5 in baseball, legit. Their pitching is weak, but if they can
Yeah.
make a trade or two, you never know.
Is there anything we want to throw in before we call it quits?
Want to hit some World Series predictions?
Just throw some.
All right, throw me some teams, just quickly.
No, I want you to start.
Hey,
I want you to start. I always close. Fine, I'll do it. All right, I see the Red Sox making the World Series, or making at least the AL championship against maybe the Angels. And I can see these 2 teams being the top 2 teams in the American League making it to the championship.
I like
And
that.
I think the
That's
team that
legit.
wins out of the AL
Will
will win everything. I think it's either going to be the Red Sox or the Angels.
I don't know.
You
about
heard it
that.
first here, Robbie Carpentier. I called that first. Booyah.
Who do you got in the National League?
Yeah.
Oh, I got Nats, and I've got, who else did I take? I took Nats, and I think I took the Dodgers.
Who's
So
going to
you
win?
don't
for
got
that?
any.
Oh, I'm going to take Nats.
And
I think
in
we'll
the
see
AL?
Nats and Red Sox, and I think we'll see Red Sox.
Red Sox bias.
No,
Tom, who you
don't
got?
start. Yeah, no, I'm Red Sox biased.
Yeah, I think the Angels and the Red Sox are probably the 2 best teams in the AL East, and will end up in the championship.
AL East, Tom.
You mean AL? You mean
yeah,
AL.
I mean the
Yeah.
American League. I don't know. I think the Angels. It could go either way. I'm not really sure who would win that one. Then might have the Padres making a run to the.
That's a sleeper pick right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's good. I mean, if they get their act
Right,
together
yeah, I
by the
think-
end of the year, yeah.
Right.
Like kind of like the Cavs, maybe in the NBA, you might make that reference.
Right.
Star power.
Yep.
And
And instead of the Nats, I might go with the Cardinals. See if
all
they-
right,
I like that. I
they
like
make
the
the
Cardinals a lot
the
this year.
NL championship for the fifth
Fifth
consecutive year.
consecutive year. They are.
So who do you got winning the entire ship?
Winning it all this year. I'm gonna go with the Angels.
I like that.
You know,
I like that.
that. That's a.
Colin,
You know, in my book, I
Red Sox bias.
do have Red Sox bias because I think they're gonna make a run at Cueto or Hamels at the deadline. I think that's.
I'd
Gonna put them
love
over
to
the
see
top.
Cueto ship here.
I love see Cueto
Dude,
here.
he's awesome. He's awesome.
Good.
Best pitcher in the league, maybe
He's a
besides
player.
Harvey and besides Kirsch.
Kirsch. I think Felix is up there too. No, I said
King
Sox,
and Jose.
I said Sox, Mariners in the AL. I like the Mariners pitching a lot this year. And I think the NL I got Cards, Nats. I have the Sox against the Cards.
So
in
we're
the
all Sox
championship.
biased, but we
Extremely
love it.
Sox
Yeah,
biased,
we
but-
love it.
But yeah, I have the Cardinals winning this year. I think Hayward's gonna have a season.
He's
Contract year.
contract year. He's young still, and he's always had the potential, kind of like a Bryce Harper. I think he's gonna have a great year because they've always been. Oh, he's gonna be great. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be great.
I
He's
gotta
always
show
been
you my.
doing well, getting hurt.
predictions
Doing
for
well,
awards.
getting hurt. I think
I think
that
that's gonna be Bryce
Hayward
Harper.
would be well again, and I think Bryce Harper will carry the offense for the Nats because
think-
they're not an
Oh, you know
offensive-minded
who's
team.
whose fantasy team Bryce Harper's on?
I don't even care.
It could go either way.
You know whose fantasy team Johnny Cueto's on, and he's got 2 thumbs.
This guy.
This
I
guy,
don't know. Bryce Harper could go either way though. He could take off,
Or
or
he
he
could
could just plumb
tank.
down. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he's always been.
Right.
Exactly.
I think that's. Did we cover everything?
Want to hit awards quick?
No, I don't.
Can I spit some out that I think you'll be
Spit some
surprised?
names.
Oh,
see what you
Maria.
got to say.
AL MVP Trout. Yeah, that's just.
Huh.
NL MVP I got Harper this year, Rob. What do you think about that? Not a fan.
And he did say
I mean,
he
I
thinks
was
he would
going for
skyrocket this year.
I think he'll do well. I don't think he's an MVP, but I,
I
think
don't
he'll
know.
do
I
well.
don't see any other.
I think he'll do well, but I don't think he's an MVP.
Okay, and for the AL Cy Young, I got Felix, and the NL I got Wainwright.
Well, for the AL, I came prepared, dude. You just tried to get me off balance, but I am prepared, all right? The AL MVP, it will be between Mike Trout and... I did it on purpose, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I try. Mike Trout. I'm analyzing. Hold on, I'm analyzing. And Jose Abreu. And I believe that the NL. The NL will be, I believe, what's his name there? Johnny Carlo. John Carlo will win the NL
Yeah, that's a good
MVP. And I think he'll hit
play the
40
same?
homers. I think he'll play 100% the same. Did you see the throw he made the other day?
Yeah.
He dove, made the outstanding play, came up and fired a guy out at first.
13-year,
Bingo.
$325 million contract. Let's see how he plays.
He's an animal. He better be making the $325 million. And then I think the Cy Youngs, I'm gonna go Kershaw, and I'm gonna go
Nothing outside the box, Robbie.
I'm gonna go Kershaw or Jose Fernandez or Matt Harvey.
I like Harvey.
Yeah.
Or,
he's a good
and then in the American League, I'm gonna go Justin Verlander. This is my number one. This isn't in any order. I think when he pitches, when he's in a
he's
make
on.
or break year. Make or break year. Go JV. All right, I'm gonna go not Kluber. I'm not going Corey Kluber.
I think
I'm gonna go. Where'd he go? I have my guys up here,
Oh yeah.
and I'm gonna go Felix. And that's it. Felix and the other one. And
right.
Sale, maybe some Chris Sale up in there.
I think that's about it for today, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have your MVP awards.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make any predictions right now. I gotta wait, see who plays
Yeah.
a little more.
Right. So if my guys don't pan out, then it was the beginning of the season. But if they pan out, you heard it first from here, Riley Carpentier. Well, thank you for watching American Sports News.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin,
I'm Robbie Carpentier.
Thomas Finn.
Colin Cater.
Thank you for watching.